There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. See with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out, slowly feel all that's around you, all that you feel, all that you know. Let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. Yeah, when we unite. Oh, we unite. Yeah, yeah. When we unite. Yeah, yeah, You are welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here.
Wow. Yes, you are all welcome here, each and every one of you. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful sight you are. You should stand up and just take a look at this group of people. How many of you are here for the first time today? Wow, 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 how wonderful. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Cindy Grimes, and I'm just thrilled that all of you are here today because it is a very special day. Oh my gosh, we've got so much going on today. It's going to be epic. It's epic. I feel it already. It is already epic. So, Center for Spiritual Living Ocala, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. Our vision here at CSL Ocala is that we are a model center for spiritual living as evidenced by the transformational impact we have on this spiritual community and as it ripples out, right, the people that you touch. So as your life starts to blossom and feel like it's working better and things are just clicking and there's synchronicities and crazy coincidences, because you're coming here, right? Then we have achieved our mission and our goal, because your success is our success. We're here to help you live the best possible life that you can live. Which speaks to our mission, which is to empower individuals to awaken to the power and presence that lies within and all around them, so that we may all live our best lives. And how that might be a little bit different than some other spiritual communities or traditional churches that you might have been a part of, is that we believe that this power and essence, this thing you may call universe, spirit, God, whatever name you give it, it is everywhere, right? Like all encompassing, all powerful, everywhere present. That means that it is exactly where you are sitting right now. That each one of us is that power and presence in physical manifestation. We're God's stuff. Can you take that in? Each and every one of us is God's stuff, right? And when I say that we are a model center for spiritual living, that's just so you know that we're not the only one. There are lots of centers all over the world. In fact, there's probably about 300 of us, just of centers for spiritual living. So welcome to our community. And so these are our values. How many of you know that it's important to know what folks value, right? Individually and as an organization. So these are the things that are important to us, so you can know, for especially you first-time visitors, if this is a good fit for you. So I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to invite you to say it after me if you feel moved to do that. How about spiritual growth and practice? Spiritual growth and practice. I love it. Love. Appreciation. Community. Freedom. Creativity. Health and wholeness. Generosity. And financial well-being. Ooh, y'all like that one, don't you? I like that one too. So, but before we get to our speaker, I think maybe, should we do a little prayer first? Maybe we should do that first. And then I want to tell you about the gentleman who's going to be presenting today. And we'll have a little music. And then just so you know, there's a workshop after this for those of you who might want to stay. And there's a concert tonight. Like I said, it's going to be an epic, epic day. So I'll just, for right now, just invite you all to turn your attention within. And if you want to close your eyes, you can do that. Or if you just want to, fix your gaze on something and let your gaze go soft. And just take a nice deep breath. And just release everything that's come before this moment. Any worries or concerns about what's to come in the future. And just be here now. Just be present in this time, in this place. And hear the sound of the drum. Let it remind you of your heartbeat. So you take another nice deep breath. And with every breath you take, feel your body relax a little bit more. And your mind open. And relax to imagine. And just be present here and now. And so I am so very, very grateful for that power and presence that lies within and all around us, that manifests through each one of us, that manifests through the trees, through the leaves, the sky, the moon, the beautiful babies in our presence, each one of us, spirit and expression. And I'm grateful for being able to tap into the wisdom, the love, the joy, the understanding of that power and presence, and know that it shows up today in a big, big way. I am so grateful for all the volunteers, for all the hands that come together to create these magnificent experiences for each one of us. I'm grateful for those who were open-hearted and open-minded enough to be here today. And I'm especially grateful for our presenter, for John Moore, for knowing that he is the eyes and ears and voice and heart and soul of spirit itself. And that what he has to share here today expands and enlivens each and every one of us. I know that we each leave here today transformed. And I'm so grateful for all of us, because this would not be possible without each and every individual and the consciousness that we all bring to this space and to this time. And so I'm grateful for all that will be shared today, for all the insights, for the love, for the joy, for the laughter, for the tears, for all the wondrous mystery that happens today. And I release these words into the universe, into the universal law, knowing that it is already done, and so it is. Ooh, okay. And so let's have some music, and then I'm going to come back and introduce our speaker.
So just a little bit about this song. Norma and I wrote this song several years ago when Norma first started writing music, when she started doing foundations class.
Take classes.
Yeah, when you take classes, stuff happens as you start to unfold, and we discovered that Norma was a songwriter, which was very fun. And so this song is Change the Life You've Learned, because we both were recovering from some different types of modalities, and the beautiful person that you see there is our mermaid daughter. She definitely marches to her own drum, which I love. And so, yeah. Oh, my sister. You remember the story? Those that have always will. Nothing that you can do. We're sharing the words with you. Oh, man is born into sin. Yourself you have to prove. Open your eyes and see the truth. There's no more shroud of doubt. We're all born perfect in this world. Can't you just figure it out? You can change the life you've learned and learn the life you've changed. You now know the secret, all is yours. The universe is sharing. Open the doors, anything you want, and everything you need is completely yours if you truly believe.
The I can't have, I can't get, and I can't do are all in the past, no longer part of you. Let go of your old negative thoughts. They are just holding you back. Open your mind to the truth and find yourself a new track. You can change the life you learn and learn the life you've changed. You now know the secret, all is yours. The universe is sharing. Open the doors, anything you want, and everything you need is completely yours if you truly believe.
Hear me now. The universe has no limit. So what you gonna do with it? This power that you can do anything you want to. Own this power, Embrace your divine. Shake off the shackles, leave all doubts behind. You can change the life you've learned and learn the life you've changed. Y'all can sing. You now know the secret, all is yours. The universe is sharing. Open the doors. Anything you want and everything you need is completely yours if you truly believe. This is where we're gonna break it down, y'all. The universe has no limit. So what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? What
With
now?
it.
What you gonna do with it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I'd like to ask all our littles, our young ones, to meet me in the back. Come on, y'all. Follow the piper. Children, children, children. Hey, 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 let's go have some fun. Yay.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Y'all enjoy that island vibe this morning? Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? So come take a class, foundations class. Who would know that? I mean, how old were you when you figured out you had music in you? 40 something, to find out there's music in there, that could come out. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. So I am just so honored and grateful for my dear friend John Moore to be here with us this morning and do his amazing presentation. John and I met, was it 2015, 2016? It's been a while. We went all the way to Montana to find out we both lived in Florida. And I experienced his workshop, this modality it is magical, it's mysterious, it's miraculous. It's just amazing. And I can't imagine a better person facilitating this type of workshop. I know other people do it around the world, but this man has a heart just of joy, of love, and incredibly, incredibly intuitive, and so very, very kind. So I invite you to open your hearts and your minds and just see what's in store for you today. Stay the whole day. We're going to be here all day. All day. You're welcome to flow in, flow out, whatever it is you want to do. But it's epic. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be epic. I don't know how it's going to unfold, but it is going to unfold in a magnificent way. Welcome, John Moore.
Thank you. Thank you all for having me back. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, this amazing community. I say it every time I come. I've been visiting here since we met, not long. I was in Fort Lauderdale at the time, and it always feels like coming home when I'm here. So thank you for that warm welcome. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this work that Cindy mentioned called Family Constellations. And I thought I would share some of the basic principles and how you can apply them to your family, to your life right now. And I know this is an interactive group, so I might ask a couple people to come up here at some point. And maybe leave a little time for questions. I don't know how much. I'll keep an eye on the clock and try to wrap this up. But I want to give you something that you can use right away, because I discovered this work in 2012, I think, yes. And it blew me away. It absolutely blew me away. And I wish I had known it when my mom was still alive, but she was like, peace out, I'm not going to do any of your woo-woo stuff, John. She passed in 2011, but I think it will really be helpful, so that's my intention today. And speaking of my mom, I had some adventures here last night. I'm not a fan of this cold weather. I know it could be much worse. Like where we met, Cindy, it's -15 where Charles lives. So, all things considered. But my hands are so dry and I was running out of lotion. So I went to Target last night and they didn't have the brand that I normally buy. So I was trying just a little dab to see what they smelled like. And one of them smelled exactly like this lotion that I used to put on my mom's back when I was a little kid. Saturday night, we would watch The Love Boat down in our basement. And it brought me right back to that experience, and I felt like my mom's presence right there. I didn't buy it because I don't really like that smell, but but I did have a nice moment. And then I ended up, this will shock no one that knows me, I went for pizza last night, and I went to Paisano's, very yummy. And the woman at the hostess stand asked the customer in front of me how many that she needed for seating and then what the name was. And the woman said, Hal. And the hostess said, what was that again? And she said, Hal, H-A-L. And my dad's name was Harold, and he went by Hal. So I'm getting tingles just telling you that. So I feel my parents with me right here. So I'm going to trust that they are cheering me on to share this with you and about the importance of everyone having their place in the family and giving and having everyone belong. So these are the three principles I want to talk about. The first one, everyone belongs. No matter what, no matter how they're interacting with the family, that's a hard one to swallow sometimes, but everyone has their place. The man who created this work, his name is Bert Hellinger, he said he feels like his greatest contribution was what we will do to belong, knowing how much the lengths we will go to belong. And most often that's our family of origin. The second principle is those who come first, come first. Now that seems pretty obvious, but I'll get into that a little bit. And then the third thing that I want to talk about is the balance of give and take, giving and receiving has to feel equal. And we're gonna get into that a little bit. So the first one, everyone needs to belong. Sometimes something happens in a family where it's something maybe we don't like to talk about. Maybe somebody marries somebody from a different religion and it's just, ooh, we just don't do that. Or maybe somebody has done something and they're feeling there's some kind of mental illness or something that they would feel like they can't belong to the family, or they're gay, or they're transgender, or something like that where they are feeling like they are excluded. Or it could be something like a little one dies young and it's just too painful to talk about. Or somebody dies in a war and the pain is too much, and so in a way they become excluded. Now in my family, my grandmother's husband, my mom's mom and my mom's dad, her dad died in a swimming accident before she was born. And so she never met her biological father. And that was 1930. And the Depression was in full swing, and my grandmother had a baby on the way. What am I going to do with this little one? How am I going to raise him? So she really didn't have a whole lot of time to grieve my grandfather. She had to figure out what she was going to do. So she put my mom, when she was born, a little baby in, it wasn't a Model T, but it was an old car, and she drove from New York State to Wisconsin to be with her family. And that didn't work out. So she went back to New York, and she got a job in a bakery and left my mom with a neighbor. But that loss of my grandfather, it's a pattern that repeated because my own father died young. So my mom was a widow at a young age. And I have 3 sisters, and one of my sisters married someone who died young. So she was a widow at a young age. So this pattern repeated in my family, not because the Moore family was cursed, but it was because from the family constellations point of view, someone was forgotten. My grandfather was forgotten, not because he did anything wrong, but because it was so painful for the family to think about him. And so when I started doing this work, two of my siblings found the grave of my biological grandfather. Now, we knew about him, but we didn't really talk about him because my grandmother remarried, and that's who I knew as my mom's dad. And I'm actually named after him. His name was John. So when we found my mother's biological father, they found his grave, excuse me, it was like something shifted. Like now everyone has their place. So I invite you to think about your own family. Is there someone that feels like they're excluded for whatever reason? Maybe it could be something as simple as they left the country and they live somewhere abroad now. A lot of times it's just the way that the family soul, Bert Hellinger said that the family has a soul just like we have a soul. And it's a way to get everyone recognized in the family. It's like a mobile above a little one's crib. If you take one of those giraffes off, the whole thing goes crazy and it's all out of balance. But you put that giraffe back and it feels balanced. Everyone has their place. So again, if there's someone that's missing in your family, and it could be for a very good reason, maybe they have caused harm. And I'm not saying that you have to invite them for dinner or spend any time with them. What we say in family constellations is someone might lose their rights to the family, but they don't lose their place. They still have that place. And if we can just hold that in our mind and in our hearts that, yeah, I'm not happy, it was very painful what happened, but you still have your place in the family. So that's the first tenet of family constellations, is everyone belongs. Everyone has their place. The second one is who comes first comes first. So again, I know that's a very simple one, but in my family, my mother had a son who was very premature, and he only lived about 5 days. And so my mother actually had 6 children. My whole life, I've gone around telling people that I'm the youngest of 5, when in truth, I'm actually the youngest of 6. And I have an older brother and 3 sisters and then me, but I actually have 2 older brothers. But for the longest time, I thought of my brother William as just the little baby who only lived 5 days. I never really thought of him as a brother until I started doing this work. And something shifted as soon as I interacted with a representative for my brother William, that, oh, everyone has their place again. It's like that mobile, that the animal was added, and everything kind of just felt better knowing that he had his place. Now, I remember asking my older brother, how do you feel about not being the oldest? And he didn't like it at all because he likes his spot. He likes being the oldest. But what happens is when someone is not in their right place, they take on a lot of responsibility. It's almost like he was trying to take the place of his older brother and be both of those, because understandably so, when my mom got pregnant again, there was a lot of fear, like what if he doesn't make it too? And there's that feeling of, I can't get too excited, I can't get too connected to this little one, because I don't want to feel that pain again of losing another child. And so when he came, and he was premature, but he made it, and all the attention and all the glory, it was like, oh, she had a baby, and he made it. And so as loving and as well-meaning as that was a lot of responsibility for a little one to carry, of making up for someone who didn't make it. So giving my oldest brother William his place relieves the rest of us, so we can be in our spot. So my oldest brother can be here, second brother here, sister, and me at the very end. And there's something about it that just, it feels good that everyone has their place, so that pattern doesn't have to repeat. So I have a family portrait on one of those Olin Mills specials from the 70s. Um, and in it, all of my siblings are there, but obviously not my brother William. So I've hung a little angel on that picture just so he has his place. Now, I'm not going to tell everyone what that angel is because that would be weird. Not everyone needs to know that my mother had a child that only lived 5 days. We want to be appropriate. But in this setting, I know I have given him his place so that that pattern doesn't have to repeat. So, along those lines, those who come first come first. Now, many of us might have parents that are aging, and it might feel like you have adopted a senior citizen as a child. And it's very challenging. This is one of the things that, like I said, I wish I knew about family constellations. But when my mom, there we go. I know when my mom came down to Florida from my hometown in upstate New York, she didn't live with me, but she lived near me. And it felt like I had a 70-year-old little girl. Like I was very concerned about where she was, how taking care of her, taking her to doctor's appointments. I remember I took her to a senior daycare to see if maybe that would be something that she could make some friends down here. And when I dropped her off, just like you parents that have dropped a child off at school, is like, is she going to get along with the other kids? Is she going to like lunch? Is she going to get, is it going to be terrible? And my mother it was not a good fit for my mother. She really did not think of herself as someone who was older. I remember there was a gathering in the mobile home community where she lived in Hollywood. And I was like, well, Mom, just check it out, see if, and we drove in, and she's like, oh, honey, look at all that white hair. Take me home. I don't want to be there. She much would rather spend time with younger people. So I know when my 3 older sisters would come down and visit, she would get so frustrated when they would treat her like a little kid, that they would baby her and they wouldn't let her do anything. So this is one of the main tenets of family constellations is your parents are the big ones and you are the little ones. Even if you're doing a lot to help them out as they get older and they need help doing their bills or they need some help around the house or anything, it's not that you don't do anything for them. I encourage you to keep in your mind that they're the big one and you're the little one. And it's their job to take care of you, not your job to take care of them. And I know it's hard. I know because it feels like there's so much and as their world gets smaller. But I promise you, it will feel better. It may not change any of your behaviors, but if you hold that in your heart as you are going about your day and helping them, it will feel better for them and it will feel better for you. Because everyone has their right place. So I'm curious, do we have any mother, daughter, father, daughter, anyone out there that you're here with your parent or your child, grown child, not a little one? Is anyone here? Oh, yes. Perfect. Would you two come up?
You're so lucky.
Thank you, Justin. So, now, great example because look, okay, perfect. Because you can see that her son is literally taller than her. Probably has been for a while. Mm-hmm. But still, you are the little one, and she's the big one. So just switch places for me. And this could totally backfire on me, but we'll see. And then look down at her. How does that feel?
Feels like it when she wants me.
Mm.
Like she
How-
wants me to
Be up there? Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. How do you feel, Cindy, with him looking down on you like that? Thank you,
It feels like he's looking down.
Norma. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it feels like he's looking down.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And switch places again. And maybe sit in that chair for me, would you? So now he can be the little one and you're the big one.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to give you some words. Well, first of all, how does that feel? Does that feel better?
It feels better. It feels better.
Did it feel better when he was standing?
This feels better than when he was standing.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give you some words to say to him.
Okay.
Dear Justin,
Dear Justin,
I'm your mom.
I'm your mom.
You're my son.
You're my son.
I'm the big one.
I'm the big one.
You're the little one.
You're the little one.
It's my job to take care of you,
It's my job to take care of you,
not your job to take care of me.
not your job to take care of me.
Thank you for all the ways you help.
Thank you for all the ways you help.
I'm the big one.
I'm the mama.
You're the little one.
You're the little one.
That will always be true.
That will always be true.
Even when I get older,
Even when I get old,
it'll always be true.
it will always be true.
And thank you both for being so brave, and you can give him a hug if you want. And this is something else I want to demonstrate. The way they're hugging is perfect because even though he's taller than Cindy, her arms are on top and his arms are underneath. And it's such a little thing, and it's not something like, oh, you're doing it wrong if they weren't doing it like that. But it's just going to feel better. So I just encourage you the next time you're with your kids, if you have them, you can go have a seat. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Cindy. Notice how they hug you. Notice if you're the big one. And I know in my situation, because my dad died so young, I was 7, and my mother never remarried. She did have a very tumultuous relationship with a man who was in my life for a long time, but in a weird way, my dad left a vacancy, and since I was such a little guy, I stepped in to fill that role. And because she turned to alcohol to deal with her pain, there was a lot of things that I did that I felt like I was taking care of her. And even though she was still working most of the time, and the provider, there were times when I was doing the laundry, I was cleaning the house when my sisters came home from college. And I know a lot of you here probably had similar experiences, and someone had to do it. And again, it's not wrong that you did it. It's just in the orders of love, it's from the family constellation point of view, it's not how it's going to feel most peaceful. I had a constellation done for me by one of my teachers. Her name is Susie Tucker. Amazing family constellations facilitator. I encourage you to check her out if this work speaks to you. But she had me in a constellation, had someone representing my mom's parents and my mom, and somebody representing my dad and my dad's parents. And she had all of them, she had my parents stand with their parents, and then she had me say, thank you, grandparents. I'm leaving my mom with you. I'm leaving my dad with you. Because it's their job, even though they're not still here in physical form, it's their job to take care of the kids, not my job, not any of my siblings' job. And it, oh my gosh, I was doing the Oprah ugly cry that day because I didn't even realize that somewhere little John got the message that it was his job to take care of mom, that it was his job to be the big one and she was the little one. And as soon as I took my place and she took her place, and it felt better. And I think that's why it felt better when we were together, and I would let her do the things that she could do, because it gave her dignity. It gave her, and there were some things that she couldn't do. But to not let her walk 2 feet just made her feel really, really small. And it's her place to be the big one. So, number 3 is the balance of give and take has to feel equal. So, would you two come up? Yes, exactly. You can stay right there. So, I'm just going to give... nope, I want this. So, take that and hand it to him. And then find some other things around, like, be careful, don't worry, I won't break your stuff. And that, and just hand it to him. And maybe that. And that to him. Maybe my coat. Give him that. How you feeling?
I can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, my backpack is not light. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'll give you one more. And look, it's blessed, though. What a thing. Now, this feels like a very loving thing, because look at all the wonderful things that she's given her partner. And yet, how does it feel to have all that stuff?
Responsible.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it feel to keep giving him all that stuff?
Kind of easy.
Yeah.
Because I know how strong.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't want you to drop anything. We'll put this stuff back. You can. Thank you. You got it. Thank you. You can go sit down. You're good sports. That's all we needed. So that so that is a funny example, but a lot of times in a relationship, one person gives a lot. We see this a lot when maybe one partner goes back to school and one partner is working 2 or 3 jobs to support them while they're in school. Maybe someone moves to another city, or like something like, I can attest to that. I moved to Houston, didn't work out so well. I'm glad to be back in Florida. But when the balance doesn't feel right, when it's not, and that doesn't mean that you go out to dinner and one person pays and then the next time the other person pays. There are lots of ways to give energy in a relationship, to exchange energy. But if it feels out of balance, now this is romantic relationships, this is work relationships, this is friendships. I'm sure you probably have all experienced, or maybe are currently experiencing, a friendship where you feel like you're doing all the work and the other person doesn't respond very much, or that you're always the one giving and maybe not getting, especially if you're in this room, you're probably someone who is more of a giver, that it's not sustainable long term. And it doesn't mean that it has to be you pay and I pay, you pay and I pay, but it has to feel balanced. And what we see from Family Constellation's point of view is that when the balance is way out of whack, it's really difficult for the relationship to survive. A lot of times when someone has worked 2 jobs to put their partner through college or through medical school or law school or something, it often isn't sustainable because it feels like I can never pay you back. Like, it's very uncomfortable to receive all that. And what do I do with it? I'm like, I can't move. I mean, I've got to let go of some of this so that we can move again. So that is just something to think about. Again, it's not a one-for-one. Every relationship has to be but it just has to feel right. It has to feel peaceful. You have to know that, yeah, I may not be contributing financially to this, but the energy I bring to this situation, or I know I had a dear friend, we were going to open a spiritual retreat center together, and she had all of these investors that were lined up to pay for the property and get things going. And I felt like, well, here I am. I don't have investors lined up that can contribute financially. And she said, John, but what you bring, you have so many connections. You know so many people that can come and be presenters here at this center. You have so many connections. You know people that are doing this work, or different modalities, or playing crystal singing bowls, or all of these things. Like, that's the energy you bring, which is just as important as the financial piece. And that I'll never forget that conversation, because it really opened my eyes to the value that we each bring, our gifts and talents. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial for you to be just as much of a contributor to a relationship or a project. But again, it has to feel equal, or resentments build up and things don't feel good. So those are the three things that I listen for when I'm doing a family constellations workshop, and we are going to get to do one of those at 1:30 today. So if you have anything that I've shared with you this morning has tapped you on the shoulder, like, I think I want to be there, because there's one thing, it's one thing for me to talk about it, and we did a little demonstration, and you saw the power of it, how quickly it happened, just when things were out of balance. But we're going to do some more of that. It's quite an experience. But I would like to close with some of my favorite quotes from Martin Luther King Jr., since it is his birthday tomorrow that we're celebrating, and banks and post offices will be closed, and it's actually his birthday tomorrow, January 15th. He was born in 1929, so he will having his 95th heavenly birthday tomorrow. And I really believe that this man embodied some of these teachings that we were talking about the balance and how things, how everyone belongs. You know, in his famous I Have a Dream speech, he wasn't talking about we have to rise up and conquer. He was saying he dreamed of a time when little black boys and little white girls could go to school together and hold hands. Everyone had their place. He dreamed of a time when descendants of slave owners and slaves could join together and be one. And everyone had their place. So I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. And this is one of the things that we talk about in family constellations. When someone has done something to cause harm, it's very understandable that you want to hate them. However, it didn't start with them. Most likely something happened to them, and it's a pattern that goes from generation to generation. So the invitation is to look at the broader picture, and doesn't say what happened was okay, but I'm not going to hold on to it anymore. So I love that quote. Next one. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a permanent attitude. It's a way to move through life. Most of you know my favorite spiritual teaching is A Course in Miracles, and I think family constellations and A Course in Miracles go hand in hand, and the Course is all about forgiveness. And not in the typical definition where I'm a bigger person, so I'm going to let you off the hook for doing something. That's a whole nother talk, but I love the idea that going through life with an attitude of forgiveness will lighten your load so much. Next one. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. We could turn out the lights in here, and no matter what, the only way to bring light is someone to light a match or light a candle, and it will fill this whole room. I think it's a wonderful way to go through life. Next one. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into friend. Yeah. I know there's a lot of divisiveness in the world and in our country, and being that light, being that presence. Again, it doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but instead of sending hate, what if we all sent love and light with our minds? So this is a quote from A Course in Miracles. The power of one mind can shine into another because all the lamps of God were lit by the same spark. I see so much light here today. Keep shining your light. Thank you. Have a blessed afternoon. I hope to see you again for the workshop and the concert tonight. Thank you.
Hello? Oh, it is working. Well, I don't know what is possible for you out of this workshop if you attend today, but I have been to at least a dozen over the years that we've known each other, and it is always, always miraculous. Always. And how funny it is that, I'm probably, I'm thinking, I'm not going to do my circle today. Like, I don't really need my whole congregation to know all my business, right? And it was probably the second time John was here. We did my personal one, me and John and a friend, and it was all wonderful. And the next day he was here doing it for everyone, and he said, everyone put your name in a hat. We'll pull the right one. Everybody, even if you don't want to do it. I thought, well, I don't follow the rules very well. And I knew I wasn't going to do it because I just did it the day before. But what happened? I didn't put my name in the basket, but the first name he pulled was my daughter. We had her constellation. Guess what? The next name he pulled, my son. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was such a gift to me. It was such a gift to my family. He did it just so beautifully. And it shifted things. Out of my personal constellation, I think I lost 40 or 50 pounds after that. Literally, when I handed back the bag, I felt a shift in my body, and I went on to lose about 50 pounds. Yeah. So
I had this very similar experience. Mine, we'd gone to lunch after service. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put my name in a thing. We come back, and the girl that was saying it with me, we both said, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. He just said the same thing. Everybody put your name in a thing. First name he pulls was her name, and I'm snickering. Then he did her constellation, and it was very powerful or whatever. Then he generally let her pick the next name. And I think she dug through the thing, because out comes my name. And we did my constellation, and I find out that I had an issue with money because of whatever. And then today, as I'm sitting here on the front row, the person who represented money in my constellation came and sat right next to me.
yes,
Fun
you'll have to
stuff.
come and just experience it.
All right, so legacy of love, y'all. I had a lot of fun out there with the littles. We didn't have to uncover any, stuff for them. They have no stuff. But we did talk about how awesome they were, so it's incredible to see them do it. And we talked to trees, which was so fun. And legacy of love, yes, the trees talked back. They touched them. They were very excited when the tree touched them. You'll hear all about it. But legacy of love is something that came as a result of Norma writing about our mom, Madge Kerr, and that's who's holding Louise's book right now. So Madge Kerr is definitely walking, breathing love if you got a chance to meet her. So this is the legacy. There's going to be a part in here where y'all can sing along with us at the end. The years roll by and we cross many paths. Sometimes we wonder why this life doesn't last. We touch so many lives, making memories. Our legacy of love flows on like the breeze. Our legacy of love has a long trail of history. Our legacy of love really isn't a mystery. Our legacy of love has touched many a multitude. Our legacy of love goes on after we do.
Y'all know you want to dance, don't you?
I plan on adding the djembe to it.
From the time that we're born till we're elderly, our legacy of love leads us spiritually.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
find our path and fulfill our day. We love each person along the way. Our legacy of love has a long trail of history. Our legacy of love really isn't a mystery. Our legacy of love has touched many a multitude. Our legacy of love goes on after we do. We take a page from Spirit's book. That's how we learn to give and share the love with everyone as we show them how we live. We take a page from Spirit's book. That's how we learn to give and share the love with everyone as we show them how we live.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Legacy, 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 yeah, of love.
Oh, my legacy, yeah.
Our legacy of love.
My legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love.
My legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love.
My legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love. Everybody.
My
legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love. My legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love. My legacy, your legacy, our legacy of love.
That's what we truly want to leave behind. The legacy of love.
If you don't leave nothing behind, just leave that legacy of love. It's definitely the best thing ever. And I am walking, breathing manifestation of that love because I'm one half of Madge Kerr. Thank you guys so much.
Norma. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. We having fun yet? All right. Oh, not that one. All right. So it is this time during our service when we celebrate our abundance. Remember, one of our values is generosity. It's very important to us. We give. We are a very giving community. And so this is your opportunity to give back to Center for Spiritual Living Ocala. So we have an affirmation here, and I'm going to invite Reverend Peggy to come up here and share with us because she does this so well. Reverend Peggy was the minister here at Center for Spiritual Living Ocala when I first came, and I sat in the back of the room and cried and cried and cried for months, just letting go of stuff, baggage, as John was sharing about, just letting it go, letting it go. So the person you see here is a shade of what I was when I came in here with all my sadness and all my stuff. So this woman is just a light and a love and a mentor for me. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
This is an exciting time in their celebration. You know, generosity is one of the values, and also spiritual abundance, and abundance in all its forms. And those things go together, don't they? As we give, we open the floodgates to receive. It's that law of circulation that takes place in our lives. On the way here this morning, I was thinking, I've been driving to the center not every Sunday lately, but for many years every Sunday and many days during the week for 30 years. And this place is very special to me, and I get to come here only once in a while now, probably once a month. And it's wonderful to see the room filled. And I could tell you a story about everything in this room that preceded Reverend Cindy being minister here. I was away for a while in Orlando helping to rebuild something there between 2015 and 2022. But let's talk about how we expand our awareness of abundance in the act that we do on a Sunday here. or that we give during our bill pay. I love to look at my bill pay, you know. I have a number of things I pay automatically every month. And I picture them going through the ethers out to wherever I'm sending that, you know, whether it's UNICEF or ACLU. Those are the two that I give that are not of spiritual nature especially. But this center and one in Orlando, I get to give online every month, and instead of putting it in the basket, so I give figuratively here, and virtually is real. Isn't that interesting? And for us to see that as we grow our awareness of our abundance consciousness, we get more and more joy in being generous. It feeds us to be giving. And instead of it thinking that we give to receive, we're already receiving, and from that overflow we give. And so I invite us to do that as we do this affirmation together today, and to get in this idea, this flow, that if we choose to have a more abundant life in any area, we can start by giving more here. That worked for me more than 30 years ago, and I prove it every month as I am the most wealthy I've ever been, and I invite you all to be able to say that soon as well. You're the most wealthy you have ever been because you know these spiritual principles that are related to money, to finances, to great good in every area of our lives. Okay, let's do this together. It is the nature of life to give of itself, as it is the tree's nature to bear fruit and the flower's nature to bloom. It is my nature to share the gifts of my time, talent, and treasure. I participate in the divine flow of life, giving generously and receiving abundantly. I am blessed and I am a blessing. I am grateful. So it is. Yes. So Pam's passing the gift basket, and to give virtually or figuratively as well as with money. And then Erin has the prayer chest. And so we have this wonderful opportunity to put a prayer request in, and she has prayer requests with her. I think maybe Pam has some as well. And for you to put a prayer request in means that you're inviting the prayer ministry team here to pray for you, to pray all week. The ministers and practitioners of this center will be knowing your prayer is answered. So don't hold back. This is a wonderful opportunity for our spiritual principles to be put into practice, for your life to be blessed by that which you desire, knowing that all is already yours by divine right because of who you are as God in expression. Okay, we've got ways to give, okay? You can give online, as I do, just at my bank and my bill pay. You can donate with a text to this number, 352-320-5110. And the first time you need to do some setting up. But then after that, it's easy to just text the amount, and it will come to the center's bank account. And you can also use PayPal or go to the website, cslocala.org, and give through the website. Lots of ways to give. And know that when you're giving, you're setting this wonderful law of circulation in motion for your own abundance in your life. You know, with a room this many people, we need more than one basket. We need to get more people up here to usher. Yeah, that's part of our abundance consciousness, right, is to have more baskets to fill. Very good. Okay, well, let's just turn within for a moment, shall we? And if you choose to, close your eyes. Feel yourself in this wonderful, abundant flow of God's unlimited good. I do give thanks for the tithes and offerings in our basket and that come to this center in all the different ways that they come. Knowing that as we give, we do receive, pressed down and multiplied. Knowing that this giving is a circulation of divine overflow of good. I give thanks also knowing that the prayer requests that have been put in and that will be put in through the week on the website or through paper already are answered. that the answer to each and every prayer already exists in divine mind. That as we make that request, we do so with an acceptance of the answer. And that's certainly true for the ministers and practitioners of the center. For all of this, I do give thanks, and let us say together, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Reverend Peggy. All right, so as I said, we've got lots and lots going on today. If you don't receive our newsletter and would like to, that's a great way to find out what's happening at the center at cslocala.org. We send out a newsletter once a month with all our events and what the theme is. Whoops, bring it back, going too fast. So this afternoon at 1:30, right here in the sanctuary, we will transform it to get ready for John's workshop. And so go and grab lunch and come back and hang out with us from 1:30 till about 4:30. We'll see maybe 2-3 constellations and an exercise for everybody. And it doesn't matter if you get picked or not to be the one he works with, because everybody gets something out of it, I promise you, even just by witnessing it. You can just watch, yes. The suggested love offering, let me go back to that, is, what is it? $45, yes. But please don't let money stand in the way of you coming. So, of course, he came from Fort Lauderdale. He's staying in a hotel, like all of that. So the man has expenses, let me just say that. So let's take care of him. Let us take care of him and be very generous. So let's see what's next. All right, and then tonight, the magnificent, amazing Amy Steinberg. And yes, woo, woo, woo. If you've not heard this woman before, you don't want to miss it. The last time these two were together was when they met, actually. John was here, Amy was here for my ordination ceremony. And then the next day, we had the amazing Transcendent Joy experience. It was just phenomenal. So you really, I know it's a big day, but you don't want to miss any of this stuff. It's awesome. And then next Friday, we have Demir in concert. If you were here in December and you heard this man come sing, what a beautiful soul, an amazing heart. He sang in the subways in New York City for, 10, 12 years, honing his craft, 5 hours a day. He's been on, I don't know, all the America show, What America's Got Talent, a few different things. He's just a beautiful, talented, amazing soul. So I invite you to join us on Friday. And then Saturday, next weekend as well, we're having our vision board workshop with Jesse Miller, the creative director, I think, at Ocala magazine. One of my dear friends for many years will be facilitating that. And then Sunday is usually, our third Sunday is usually our Circle Sunday. And next weekend, instead of our traditional Circle Sunday, hi Chloe, we're going to be doing a membership overview, because we have our annual membership meeting coming the first Sunday in February. So we want to let you all know what it means to be a member and invite you to join our community as a voting member, so you have a say about the things that happen in our community. And then the following Sunday, we have Galen. Stand up, Galen. Let people know who you are. Well, look at that. Yay, yay. Galen did a wonderful ceremony last weekend. If you missed it, the White Stone ceremony, go home and watch it. I'm not sure it's on our website yet, but it's definitely, it's on our Facebook page for sure. And it's probably on our YouTube as well, or not yet. It'll be there anyway. It was wonderful. And so Galen is going to be doing our talks, our presentations, the fourth Sunday of each month from her book, Psychedelic Dreams and Rituals, We Are the Medicine. So come and join us for that fourth Sunday. Let's see. And then we have it, wait, let me go back. We have an event after that, which is going to be Haley Rivera. Whoop, whoop. Haley is going to be doing a circle for folks who have had those kinds of experiences out of the ordinary consciousness kind of experiences, to come here for a little circle group to talk about that. So now we have our little people. I know we want to get them up here. They want to come up. They want to be seen. They want to be seen. They want to get their blessing. And now they don't want to come? Is that what's going on here? Here you go. Here, Donna.
Come on up. Play the song.
Okay, so let's play the song. Let's go back to, do I do that? There we go. All right. You want to say anything, Donna?
So y'all remember this little light of mine? This is our version of it. Come on, guys, let's dance. Break it down. This is my little light.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Remember, you were a kid once, right?
This little light of mine,
It's in there somewhere. Let it out.
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine, shine. Every day, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. Everywhere I go.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's a little tiny moment of awesomeness. And so we discovered today how awesome we were. And that if anybody told us that we weren't awesome, what are you going to tell them? He said, no. He won't even buy into that. No. You know what they said to me when I said, if you're awesome? They're like, yeah. So what is the awesome thing? That was Carter. What are you doing way back there, dude? Come on. Chloe, come on. I was like, I knew I'm missing some folk. There's 9 little heads. 1, 2, 3. There's, aha.
Missing yours.
Which, anyway, we talked about how awesome we were. We got to talk to some trees out there. We discovered that our bodies, just by doing what? Taking a deep breath. You want to see us create magic right now, everybody? Watch. Do it, guys. One more time, show them. I think they missed it. Hold on, do it one more time. One more time. The awesomeness that is our body just created carbon dioxide in front of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bow down, everybody, bow down. And we don't have to do nothing else. And the trees are very grateful for it, so they told us that. So everybody rub your hands together. This is how we bless our babies. And our babies can bless you back. All right? So you're going to say the words. We honor you. We see your light. May it shine on all that you do. And so it is. Thank you guys so much from our youth. Yay, they're so awesome. Ah.
I think we're ready. Yeah. Did I miss anything? I think we're ready for closing, right? Y'all want enough time to go to lunch. So here's our prayer for protection. And I invite you, if the word God is not your thing, don't use it. You know, you can call it spirit, you can call it universe, call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It is that universal presence that is in and around and through everything, right? We call it God. So let's go back to that prayer. All right. The light of God enfolds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. All right.
And there's been an offer for someone who's buying pizza for those that Wilma's going to buy pizza.
Oh,
for
my
those that
goodness.
wanna
How
stay.
wonderful. Thank you, Wilma. We've got some other goodies back there for people that don't want to go
Nice.
out for lunch. Just hang out with us today.
And so this very last song we wrote for this community specifically. And so we're going to sing it with y'all, and hopefully we can learn it. It's a lot of words, y'all.
It's a lot of words.
A lot
But
of
it's
words.
catchy.
It's very
catchy.
catchy.
You'll get
It's fun.
All right. Feel free to stand up, stretch your body, shake it
Do a
out.
little more on the volume.
We look around, our family is here, Spirit has guided, and now we can see clear. This is our center for spiritual living, a place we can share, 'cause all are so giving. Leave today with our hearts anew. An example to the world, that's me and you. So we join hands and hearts till we all meet again. United together as family and friends. We stand for something and against nothing. We accept everyone without changing them, awakening people to the truth of their inherent divinity, creating a world that works for all humanity. Look around, our family is here, Spirit has guided, and now we can see clear. This is our Center for Spiritual Living, a place we can share, 'cause all are so giving. Leave today with our hearts anew, an example to the world, that's me and you. So we join hands and hearts till we all meet again, united as family and
And the
friends.
children say,
United as family and friends.
everybody.
United as family and friends.
Spirit fingers.
All right, all right.
Thank you guys so much for being here today.
yes.
And I hope to see you later at the Family Constellations and definitely at Amy Steinberg's concert. Y'all don't want to miss that, for real.
Yes, yes. Should we bless food or we're not
And
ready
of
to
course,
eat
our
yet?
children
Oh, you
added the
wanna bless the
cha-cha-cha and
food?
made us
I
promise
think
to keep
Cindy
it.
wants to bless the food, y'all.
We don't know where you're going, but we'll just do our quick Oak
Quick
blessing.
blessing.
I'm sorry, Center for Spiritual Living.
Center
blessing.
for- it used to be called Oprah. All right, ready?
Yes.
Da-da-da-da. 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 We thank you, God, for giving the things we need for living, the food, the fun, the friendship, the CSL family. Da-da-da-da. Neat. Da-da-da-da. Sweet. Da-da-da-da. 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 Let's eat.
All right.